Hey guys, hope you're having a good week. This is just our weekly fitness tip for you. Today we're going to talk to you a little bit, or I'm going to talk to you a little bit about training around injuries. And as we get older, over 40, like some days we hurt for no reason. It could be old injuries that are just starting to act up a little bit. Maybe something you did in your workout the other day flared it up, but maybe not. It could be maybe you're under a little bit more stress and that caused some things, just some tension, some of the muscles to get tense. Maybe you didn't get a good night's sleep, or you've had a few nights with a lack of sleep. So now that extra sleep is creating some inflammation, is creating some tightness in the joints, and that's leading to some of that pain. Maybe you slept too much. I mean, on the other end, if you've been kind of lazy and you haven't been doing stuff, kind of sitting around a lot, things like that, that can cause pain. I mean, I see a lot of times when people have just been sitting a lot, like whether they've been flying or, traveling, just stuck sitting a lot, they'll have some back pain in the days that follow. It could be the way you slept. Maybe you had your arm up underneath and your pillow and stuff like that. Now that shoulder's really cranky and stuff like that. Like I said, sitting, you've maybe been kind of tied or chained to your desk for, the last couple of days. So we got some back pain going on. We got some pain up in the upper neck and shoulders, stuff like that. That could all be part of leading to some of those issues. And then when you start moving, you're feeling a little bit more. It can also be due to poor nutritional choices. Maybe your food hasn't been as good lately, and you've been having more junk things and things like that. All that stuff can lead to inflammation in the body. Maybe you've been drinking more alcohol than normal. Certain times of the year that's more common than others, like around the holidays, maybe through summer vacation, stuff like that. And that extra alcohol, again, will create inflammation. It can make things hurt and ache and things like that. But, unfortunately, aches and pains are part of life. And many of these aches and pains, whether they're chronic or acute, they're due to poor movement patterns and daily habits, not necessarily what you're doing in your workout. It's due to a daily habit of maybe in a bad posture, maybe poor movement patterns, weak movement patterns, things like that. And if you fix the issues that are causing the pain, your body's going to feel better. And what I mean by that is fixing the movement pattern issues or fixing the postural issues and things like that. But just because something hurts, it doesn't mean that you should stop working out or moving, or only doing cardio or going to like just Pilates or yoga or things like that. We need to address the problem and fix the issue. That's the main thing. So to getting better long term. So what is the problem? Maybe if it's a shoulder or something like that, we might not do any pressing for a while, but that doesn't mean that we can't do pulling exercise. And a lot of times that will help strengthen that. Maybe that shoulder's having like internal rotation issues, so we address that. And the biggest thing is we address, we don't stop. So we work around what's going on, everything like that. I've had people tell me they can't work out because of knee issues, but then they continue to play competitive tennis. Well, that's probably more stress on your knees with that lateral movement than it is anything you're doing in your workout. So when they came in, the plan was to improve that lack of lateral movement quality, which is causing their pain. But then they don't want to address that issue, and they continue to keep doing the sport because maybe they enjoy that more than working out, but they're actually in the long term they're destroying their knee more because they won't fix that movement issue. And unfortunately, a lot of times fixing these movement issues, it's not fun, it's not always easy. It's sometimes takes a lot of work, sometimes it doesn't feel real good while we're doing that, and things like that. So it just kind of gets dropped and never gets better and continually gets worse over time. So the big thing is when aches and pains arise and when injuries arise and things like that, we just train smart. We make the appropriate adjustment to the program that's needed for the day or upcoming days or whatever. Maybe we add some rehab exercises in. We do some rehab sessions instead of full-on strength sessions and things like that. And what I mean by that, it's just some corrective exercises, maybe some stretching, mobility, lighter stuff, different things like that, just to keep the body moving. If we have a history of something like a knee, a back, shoulder, hip issues, things like that, we should be doing some corrective and prehab stuff, and a lot of this, we prescribe for you. It'll be in your when we do the starting point, it'll be in that movement screen and things like that. And these are kind of your homework things, and we do these as prevention things. Even stuff if you've had an injury and the rehab stuff that you've done there, some of those things you want to continue on doing just as a preventative thing, and that will help keep your body from falling back and going backwards and re-injuring that, even if it's not bothering you at the moment. And then, the interesting thing is a lot of people, their first reaction is when something hurts, like to stop exercising and things like that. But the body heals better with movement, and the people who don't exercise actually have more aches and pains than those who do. And then when we stop moving, that lack of movement and the issue from that gets compounded because we end up with health issues. Because of lack of movement, we maybe end up with some more postural issues. We may end up with other joint issues from compensating and things like that. So not doing anything is not the answer. It's a lot of times I say it's just kind of an excuse to protect the ego because people don't want to have to be regressed. They're just like, oh, I just won't do anything, and then try to come right back in where they picked up, and it's not realistic. Our goal is to always be making progress and moving forward, and sometimes that making progress is stepping back a little bit, rehabbing through something, but we're keeping everything else strong and things like that. So, obviously with everybody, our goal is to have them working out pain-free, but when we experience pain, it's usually the result of lifestyle or daily activities. It's not really related necessarily to what's happening in the workout. It's the workout maybe brings it out, but it's the lifestyle and the poor movement patterns that are creating that issue. And again, there's things just always hurt. Sometimes I always joke, like some days you wake up and it's like you got hurt sleeping. You don't really know what you did. So, but with a good fitness routine, you can fix this if you allow it and if you work through it. So, if you guys again have any questions, shoot a message down below. We'll be happy to answer them. So have a good week.